Joe, good afternoon. Happy New Year. What's up, man?
Happy New Year, gentlemen. What's up is I've had enough. Yesterday was the last straw.
Wow.
You cannot bring this guy back to coach again. I'm sorry. You know, I said you got to give him another year. You can't.
What happened yesterday, Joe? What
happened was non-competitive football. That was not an NFL defense that I was watching yesterday, T.
Yeah.
And I understand the quarterback. Okay, Brady Cook's not an NFL quarterback. But this defense, that was a disgrace, bro. Six straight times with the ball. And look. I know Drake May's very good. This is not the Tom Brady a quarterback. 6 straight times with the ball for a touchdown by the New England Patriots. Are you kidding me? Really? Enough.
Yeah.
This guy's a disaster.
I think getting a team motivated when you're at this point in the season is one of the hardest things for a coach to do. When you've only won a couple of games, everybody's down on you, and everybody hates you from a fan base standpoint, and you still got to get guys playing like they care. And while I don't want to agree with you because I want to believe in Aaron Glenn, they look like they didn't care. I mean, this game could have been 65-3.
Oh, look, if Belichick was the coach, he would have put 60 on him. You know, Vrabel did him a favor by calling the dogs off. Here's the bottom line, Teak. 34-10 to the Dolphins. They were down 21-0 in midway through the first quarter. 48-20 to the Jaguars. I know they're a good team. Mm-hmm. Lawrence is having a great year. They made Lawrence look like John Elway. 29-6 to New Orleans. I know the game was close early. I know this kid Tyler Shuck looks like they got something with him. 29-6 to New Orleans. And yesterday, what? Come on, bro. That's the biggest point differential in December football in the history of the league, bro. Come on. They haven't had an interception all year. They're going to go 17 games without an interception. How do I bring this guy back? You can't. You can't bring him back, Teak. You can't.
I mean, they can't also fire him, though. So don't you see the position that the Jets are in?
But you know what? The position is the owner. Woody Johnson. You know what? Robert Kraft had no problem getting rid of Gerard Mayo. And I knew he had Mike Vrabel sitting right there. Bingo. You know, the Jaguars got rid of Urban Meyer after 1 year.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. Enough. What's going to happen? And
but who then wants the job, Joe? Like, if they fire, I mean, I know Robert Saleh was there for 3+
By the way,
seasons.
Robert Saleh looks like Tom Landry next to this guy.
I know.
All right? Let's be honest about it.
Right. But if Robert Saleh was there for a little bit, but it creates the cycle all over again. And now it becomes an unappealing job. So what do you do?
But what happens when they start 1-7? Now, they're not going to get Mendoza. Mendoza's going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders are clearly tanking. They tanked yesterday. They didn't play Crosby. They didn't play Bowers. Mm-hmm. Gino's hurt. There's no way they're winning that game against Kansas City.
Sure about that, Joe? You sure about that?
Yeah, I am. The Raiders don't want to win, bro. They don't want to win.
What are the
Come on.
The Chiefs starting at third-string quarterback? You may have a bunch of guys in Kansas City that don't want to get hurt next week.
The Chiefs gave the Broncos all they wanted last week. Let's be honest about it.
And last week, the Raiders gave the Texans all they want. I'm not... By the way, this is clearly me as a Giant fan wanting the number 1 pick. I'm just not convinced that the Raiders can't win the game.
Okay, all right. Look, I'd rather see your team get the number 1 pick. The Raiders are not winning. I'm telling you right now. They're tanking. They're going to get Mendoza. We're going to have to pivot. I don't want my football team going out of their way just to draft a quarterback. I've been through this before. They're going to have to go somewhere out. If Dante Moore doesn't come out, if Dante Moore does, and he's sitting there at 3, right now I'm not expending any draft capital for a quarterback. I'm not doing it.
Joe, I actually think that's the right approach, and this is what does lean me in the direction of, man, maybe you do have to consider firing Aaron Glenn, because me and Tiki discussed this earlier. Aaron Glenn is not going to have the wiggle room in year 2 to kick the quarterback position down the road again. You know what I mean? Like,
no question.
They're going to have to go after, if that's Dante Moore, then they're going to have to make that selection, because if this team is 1-7 with no prospects at all of a quarterback, he's not surviving a year 3 anyway.
Well, he's not surviving half the year. And what's going to happen is they're going to dump him in the middle of the year. That's what Woody's going to do, okay? This guy is not the answer. Now, they're going to have to get a veteran quarterback in here, somebody. Malik Willis looked pretty good. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
Somebody.
We talked about that earlier, Joe.
He is a free agent.
He's a free agent. Matt, that would be the guy, the stopgap
And he's still
guy.
young. He's very young still.
Right. But he could lead me into whoever that next quarterback's going to be. But you know what?
He could be the guy.
Well, maybe he is. You know what, Teak? Maybe he is. But let's not forget, and I would say this to all my Jet fan brethren, we are set up next year. We got 3 number 1 picks next year. Let's not forget where we are with the draft capital that we have. And this team needs everything. I mean, that defense, they could get rid every one of them I want out of there. McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, Quincy Williams, what's his name? The overrated middle linebacker. I can't even think of his name. He's for Sherwood.
Jamie Sherwood, yeah.
Get him out. I can't take it. Steven, the only guy I keep is the kid, the rookie, Malachi Moore. He looks like he might be something as a safety. Maybe the kid, A.Z. Thomas, he's been hurt. Whatever. A couple of the guys in the middle. Phillips, he's okay. Griggs, okay. These are the guys that stink.
Yeah.
Get them out. I can't take it anymore. That was the – you know what? I'm going to make this statement too, okay? I've seen this team, been watching this team every year. 1965, I started rooting for this team. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made. I would rank it number 3 overall. I won't tell you what the other 2 were, okay? Probably, well, I'll make it number 2. The Mets are number 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I won't say what number 1 is. What number 1 is, you can figure it out.
I got you.
Okay. But whatever the deal is, this is the worst Jet team I've ever seen. This is worse than the 1-15 Cotai team. This is worse than Adam Gaze's 2-win team in 2020. Remember that team, at least at the end of the year, everybody killed them.
Right.
They beat the Rams and the Browns in back-to-back weeks, 2 playoff teams. This team is shot.
So it's worse because, 1, they play like crap, but then 2, there's very few guys on this team that are part of the successful future. I mean, and Breece Hall might be the best player right now.
Clearly.
And they're probably not going to sign him.
They should sign him, though.
I know, of course they should, because he's a baller.
Right.
Like, he still can play despite everything being lost. And that big run for a touchdown that made it not fully embarrassing, even though it was embarrassing enough, just shows you he plays till the end. Now, he's still young.
And they haven't used him right all year.
Of course they haven't. I mean, and who knows what's going to happen, with a new quarterback and a new situation here. But Breece Hall is the only player that I like on this team right now for the Jets.
Bro, I told you this too. They could have traded Garrett Wilson and got another number 1, and I would have been okay with that. I really would have.
Wow, you're like in full strip down mode.
Oh, I've had it. I've had it. I've had it. This is a disgrace, this franchise. Forget that they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1968. Forget even that. This team hasn't a winning season since 2015.
It's crazy.
Come on. How many years in a row have they lost 10 games? I'm sick and tired of the season being over by Halloween. It's unbelievable. This year, my birthday, September 26th, the season was over by then this year. Okay? I am sick and tired of it. This guy is not the answer. He is clearly clueless. How about what he did yesterday? He comes out yesterday and says the team, you know what? He basically said they quit on him.
Yes.
And then he turns around today. And I guess Zamini texted this or whatever it was and said that he backtracked that now?
Yes, he said after watching the film, the effort was in fact there. Well, then you guys really suck.
Right. If that's effort, then that's not acceptable effort.
I just, you know what, bro? I just can't take it anymore. And you say, well, who's taking the job? Look, I don't know what the Giants are doing. They need a veteran coach, no doubt.
No doubt.
I love Mike McCarthy. The Jets should have hired him years ago when he wanted the job instead of hiring Adam Gase. You've mentioned Cliff Kingsbury. You know, the more I think about a guy like him, he's not bad. He was a head coach.
But you're going to need a quarterback, in a specific quarterback, maybe like Malik Willis. Right. Interestingly enough.
So there it is. So to me, that's the play. You go after Malik Willis. If you're not happy with any of these quarterbacks, you don't draft them. I told you I'd take a flyer on Pavia in the 3rd or 4th round. Yeah. And even look at Shedeur Sanders. What's happening now? I don't know if he's going to be the guy. But he's 2-4 as a starter for the Browns. Okay, so
he looks competent.
He does. Maybe they lucked into him. You know, you talk about a guy playing with a massive chip on his shoulder. That's him.
No, he's got a lot to prove.
Now, right. Joe, take us inside your house yesterday when the second fake punt gets run by Aaron Glenn.
Oh, Mike, I couldn't believe it.
No, that was
here's what I said to
Joe.
myself.
Just real quick.
Just go for it.
You know what
Tiki,
you know what I said, Joe? I mean, I said that was his Joe Judge moment because that was pathetic.
Right, pathetic. I mean, you hit the first one. You got lucky to hit the first one.
Right, because the guy didn't even get out on the route.
Right.
You got a punter pump faking.
Bro, but Teak, just run a play. What was it, 4th and 3? Just go for it. Right. You got to try and fake. Who was fooling anybody? Oh, my God. You know what? I I'm beside myself. I just can't. I'm disgusted. I can't take it anymore.
What are the chances, Joe, that the Jets are actually tanking?
Well, I think
really trying to lose.
Well, look, the fact that they're playing Brady Cook at quarterback. I mean, let's be honest.
That's what I mean.
Well, he's not a professional quarterback by any means. But you know what, though? The defense is worse. The offense is bad. The defense is worse, Tiki.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They look like they're not even attempting to tackle guys. That first drive of the game, really? And guys are wide open all over the place. We've seen him for weeks.
Diggs had like 8 yards between him and any other guy recovering him yesterday. It was insane.
Unbelievable. Right, no question about it. I mean, come on. And this guy's supposed to be a defensive coach? Let me tell you right now, you think Rex Ryan, okay, you say whatever about Rex, you know I love him. Do you think Rex Ryan's defenses would ever look like that yesterday?
Joe,
what?
I talked about this in the open, and this is, I think, a big-time indictment on Aaron Glenn. You could talk about all the backups they're playing, this, that, and the other thing. There are teams that are dead and buried that would be easy to pack it in. The Saints are playing their ass off. The Titans just saw play hard yesterday.
No question about it.
The freaking Dolphins beating the Bucs yesterday.
Yeah, the Browns beat Pittsburgh.
Browns beat Pittsburgh. You're right. Even
course.
the Vikings on Christmas Day rubbing the Lions' nose in it. The point is, you have these teams across the league that have every reason to bail and give up right now, and it seems like it's only the Jets, besides the Raiders, who look like they have no interest in tackling. Yeah, I mean, at least they played hard versus another bad team yesterday.
They kicked their ass. You know what? The Giants kicked their ass yesterday. They wanted to win that game.
You know what? And when you're playing a bad team, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
To kick their ass. Here's what the Patriots did, for those that just saw the score. 61-yard drive, touchdown. 85-yard drive, touchdown. 66-yard drive, touchdown. 74-yard drive, touchdown. 91-yard drive, touchdown, and then came back after halftime. 47-yard drive, touchdown, and then they kind of called off the dogs.
Yep.
I mean, that was 6 straight drives, by the way.
With touchdowns. It wasn't even like they were kicking field goals. The one field goal they missed, it doinked on the upright.
Yeah, but that was in the second half, and the game was long concluded.
Right. Oh, God.
And Vrabel laughing the whole time, Joe.
But you know what, though? If Vrabel called the dogs off, Belichick would have kept going.
No, you're
Belichick would have put 60 on him in this game. There's no doubt in my certainly 50.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it in my mind.
All right, Joe, I know you're obviously a big college football guy. Tiki and I are ourselves as well. We got the big playoff coming this week. We're not going to talk to you before then. What game are you most pumped up for?
I'm most pumped up for Friday night. I keep thinking it's Friday. It's actually Wednesday night.
Wednesday is like Friday because it's New Year's Eve.
Right. Miami, the U against Ohio State. I mean, I am very pumped up to see where Miami is now. You know, I always liked Miami in the old days when they were winning, you know, all the great players, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, Vinny Testaverde, Ed Reed, Jonathan Vilma. We go right on down the line. Quentin Porter, Santana Moss. I go down the line with all the guys from the U. I've always liked them. I would love to see them. They're an underdog, and they should be going in and just sticking it to the Buckeyes.
Right. They got a bunch of players that are going to be draft picks in the first, second round this year.
They got a very good defense team.
Yeah, defense with Ruben Bain and what's the edge? Akeem Mesidor, the other edge.
Carson Beck could play. You know, he was disrespected last year. Georgia, the whole thing.
Yep.
I think they're a very live dog. Very live dog. What do you think? What do you think about Mendoza Simpson Rose Bowl?
Oh, man, that's going to be great, you know, really. Indiana, it looks like the team to beat. I mean, who would ever think that Indiana football, okay, all right, a basketball school to the nth degree,
right.
Who would ever think that Indiana would be where they are now? I think that's a great matchup. You know, we'll see about Simpson in this game. Alabama, the problem with Alabama, they can't run the ball. They don't have a running game, which is very un-Alabama-like. Their defense is okay, and if you get pressure on Simpson, you're going to beat them. I mean, that's. I think Indiana wins that game. Watch out for Texas Tech. Okay,
they've had a great year.
They had
good defense too. Everybody thinks of the offense with
big time defense, big time. No doubt about it. Watch out for them against Oregon. And then, you know, look, it's a rematch between Georgia and Ole Miss. And there's no Lane Kiffin, you know. Georgia had to come back in the fourth quarter to win that game between the hedges in Athens earlier in the year. These 4 games are phenomenal. I mean, I can't say enough about how good these matchups are.
We're just telling Tiki, too, something we've all forgot about, too. You get the Rose Bowl starts an hour earlier this year.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Tired of the Sugar Bowl starting at 9 o'clock at night on New Year's Day night.
I know that. And 12 o'clock for the Texas Tech game. And I even get to watch New Year's Eve. I can watch my guy in the afternoon, Diego Pavia. I'm interested. He's going up against Iowa, who is no easy game. You know, Kirk Ferentz always has a pretty good team there.
He does.
You know, and they play solid defense, low-scoring games. So I'm interested about seeing Pavia go up against them. So, just some great games. I mean, there's no question about it.
All right, Joe, if we had to ask you right now before we let you go, wide open league with the Chiefs out. Our teams suck, obviously. Where do you think the Super Bowl's at right now?
Well, I think if it's ever going to happen, I just think, look, I can't say that because as long as Josh Allen's there, watch out for the Bills. I mean, look, certainly the Patriots, certainly Denver. Odds are that the Broncos are probably going to get the home field. I guess the Chargers could beat them, but their offensive line is so banged up. I mean, the Texans just assaulted him on Saturday. I'm telling you, let me tell you something, too. Watch out for Houston. They got a great defense. They got a great pass rush. I don't know about the quarterback 100% with Stroud, but I just got a feeling about the Bills. There's something, it's kind of like the pressure is off them a little bit because they're coming from a wild card. They're going to have to do it on the road. But watch out for Buffalo. As far as the NFC is concerned, if the Niners win Sunday,
they are peaking at the right time here. They're unbelievable.
Bro, they got the home field. If they win this game, they got the home field, including the Super Bowl in their home field. That was a great game last night. I mean, how about the Bears? I mean, I know they lost, but oh my God! I mean, all of a sudden, the Chicago Bears are putting 38 points on them.
Right? They're talking about worst to first. Same quarterback.
Imagine hiring the right head coach.
That's nice.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Liam Cohen.
In Jacksonville,
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sick, bro.
I mean, hell, even Kellen Moore's doing a heck of a job.
Kellen Moore is. They got it. Let me tell you, man. They won 4 in a row. That quarterback. I didn't realize he's like 26 years old. Did you know that?
Shock.
That's why he fell. That's why he was a second-round pick, Joe. Is because he's old. Right. He's gonna by his second contract. He's gonna be 30. So it's just one of those things. It doesn't make ideal sense, but when you don't have any other options, you go with what you think is a good pick, and he turned out to be a pretty good player.
Yeah,
look, the problem, you just get the most out of him. That's all you do. Don't even think about is he our future franchise, whatever. Who cares? Just get the most out of him while you can, especially for a first-time head coach.
Who's the best defensive player? The kid from Ohio State, the hybrid, the old Jack Tatum type player? That guy?
Arvell Reese?
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Is that the guy that plays like safety?
Oh, that's Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs plays safety.
Right.
Everybody loves him.
Caleb Downs. That's the guy.
Yeah, he's big. He's 6 foot 215 or something like that. But that's like Urlacher. Urlacher was that size, and then he ended up getting up to like 250 playing linebacker.
He's in the Hall of Fame now, Urlacher.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like I said, I just can't see how you're bringing Glenn back. I think it's a monster mistake by Woody Johnson. It's time that Woody, did you enjoy what you saw there yesterday with all the freaking Patriot fans there? They're booing our team in our own stadium. It's really the Giants stadium, but be that as it may. They're booing our team there. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore, guys. I really can't.
And Joe, this is how it all ends Sunday. A reminder, this is the closing of the Bills Stadium up there in Orchard Park.
Oh, they're going to kill him.
What do you think? Is that a 35-point spread at that point? The Bills could cover
I doubt
that
Allen is playing. I wouldn't play Josh Allen Sunday.
Now they still technically could win for seeding though, can't they?
Win what?
I
don't think it
probably doesn't matter, but I think it's a matter whether you're the 5, the 6. I think that's where they bunched up with the Chargers.
Right now, what are they right now? Is the last seed in the playoffs? Aren't they 7 right now?
7, and I think they could jump up to 6, but does the team care about that? But you're avoiding the Patriots.
They may very well be playing the Patriots again in the first round.
Yeah, that could be the Saturday night game up in New England.
That very well could happen. Maybe if Denver drops, they'll get Denver. The only team I'd really worry about if I was them the most is Houston because their defense is just unbelievable. Right. I mean, you can't say enough about how good those two guys, Anderson and Hunter, they're monsters coming off the edge.
Yeah, Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson. Yeah, right.
But now you ask me who I think is winning the Super Bowl, my money's on the Rams. I'm still on the Rams.
Yeah, I'm with it.
It's a good one.
All right, well, Joe.
Happy New Year, Joe.
Happy New Year, man. Enjoy the playoff games this week.
Guy, Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, indeed. God bless America. God bless everybody. All the love. All right, now what are we doing? Are we still doing this next? So you guys are going to be in the afternoon. I mean, in 10 o'clock next week, right?
Yeah, we will be at 10 o'clock. So that would probably be a good question for the ricob@gmail.com for Evan Roberts.
Okay.
Evan, yes. Call us at like 11.
Yeah, we'll figure out the time.
Or 10 o'clock.
Call us at 11.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. Yeah, let me put it this way. If Glenn does, that'll be Black Monday. If Glenn does get fired, you got to have me on.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, Joe, we're definitely having you on. So
just a matter of timing. We'll figure out the time, Joe. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. Yeah, enjoy all the football, guys. God bless.
Be good, brother.
The great Joe Benigno.